Yeah, this, so we all know about electronic waste. We all know that even the smallest gadget, if we dispose of many of them, they're going to pollute our waterways and make people. And as it is, the amount of water that is drinkable is rarefied. And I've heard that electronic waste only about, it's hard to tell the exact figures, but it's somewhere between, I'll just give myself a little bit of leeway here, but somewhere between less than 10% or 20% that's being recycled. That's dangerous, because just, anything, could be a battery, could be a phone, this computer mouse that is working today contains lethal chemicals. It could be light bulbs, it could be fluorescent tubes, fluorescent lights, anything. And the funny thing is, the recycling is incomplete. Like, I've seen fluoro tubes where the words recycle. I notice the details. I look at lights and things like that in supermarkets, and I saw in a Coles shop, I looked up and it was probably about 5 years ago or something, the words recycle was printed on a fluorescent tube. Problem is, if they don't have a recycling facility that you can just drop your tubes off, and that's ridiculous. I mean, what's the point of putting the words recyclable on a fluorescent tube when you can't recycle it? So I'm very much into renewable energies. Like, this particular piece of equipment is my main passion, but it also diverges off into other areas where other geeks can solve their own problems. This will be like a nucleus, but I'm also big on renewable energy, which is critical. We've got global warming at beyond tipping point. We cannot have coal-fired power. We're in Australia. We've got the best sunshine in the world. We've got such potential for solar energy, and yet we can't seem to get this coal-fired silliness out of the heads of these people. Make it cheap, make it pay, and then throw the world away. I mean, and they don't care, and they don't care about their children, and the electronic waste as well. So the kind of waste I'm talking about is not a piece of equipment like a mouse. I'm talking about something so big that, and that's the thing, they say that they recycle them, but when I watch a video about recycling electronic waste, electronic recycling is very laborious. We all know that you've got to tear down every little, the plastics you use, you've got to make sure they're, well, very well, you've got to basically make sure everything's ordered. But when people are lazy and they care about money, and that's what they are, they're lazy as well, because some of these people will get distracted. They don't like their job because they're not task focused, they're not focused on building a better computer, for example. So they'll watch YouTube and they'll waste, like, I have read in industry articles about my own industry that a huge chunk of time is wasted watching YouTube or using Facebook. I mean, not for research, but just to make work a little bit more fun, and it's costing the companies money. So they seem to have this illogical mentality, but we can't break it. But the thing is, it has to be done another way, and there are ways of going about it, and I've done research, and it's proven it's very viable. We've got the technology, we've got the people. What we don't have is we don't have self-confidence, and we also don't have a sense of connectivity. And it's all entrenched. It's entrenchment. And when something's entrenched, the more entrenched it becomes, the more difficult we can break the cycle. It's a vicious cycle. But the thing is, the problem with this machine is unusability. The usable problems are so global that to erase the hard drive, you have to know about the system. You have to basically pull out a manual, and these manuals are like 300 pages. No one likes to read manuals. Even I find the manuals dead boring. So no one tends to read the manuals. You have to configure admin functions like on a computer. No one tends to do that. I've seen it. There's a lot of pre-programming required to get this product to work, and even then it's not going to work as smooth as it should. And I know there are people out there who you do YouTube videos, who appear to have the ability to design this thing and to form a team, but they sit out there like they're just sitting out there playing with the machines. They don't even know what for. It's just they just love to do it, and they've got no money, they've got no hope. They've got, I mean, some of them run their own businesses, but they can't do much just by selling commercial products that they have no involvement in. But I want to tap into these people. And they're on Google Plus. They're everywhere. If you know what to look for, they're there. You know there's a big untapped resource. They're poor, and they're poor of money, poor of spirit. They don't have any useful social connections, or even they don't even have a husband or a wife or a place to call home. So this man of mine has actually dispatched me to be the spokesperson of this thing, because I'm passionate about this product, and so is he, and he's basically got me to stand up here. He's running a business and he's very busy. He's been saving up money for about 20 years to fund this project. It's huge, and so he's a very busy man, and he can't sort of stand by me and sort of provide an extra data set on this. So I'm basically a lone crusader at the moment, with him sort of running his own dealership, trying to make money because he loves the product, but he hasn't got any say in it. He's a scientist, but he's actually just a dealer at the moment, a big dealer. He does a good job of it, but it is actually not pleasing him to watch the world crumble as he's just having to run this business and survive himself, to make this dream come true. And there's no visionaries in this world who seem to have any play in saying what goes down. But the machine's totally rotted. The only part of the machine that's salvageable is the basic process that goes on inside, the way it's made. No, it's not the way it's made, but the original process. But the rest of it has to be torn right down and rebuilt again.